recipe here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little bit different recipe. My husband is Italian and sometimes we cook Italian recipe and sometimes we cook Mexican, but today I have one inspired like Italian recipe and it calls one pot pasta. So vamos a empezar. You only need one box of pasta, any pasta you have. I'm using penne, 4 Italian sauces, 3.5 cups of chicken broth, 2 tablespoons of oil, any oil you have, 1 cup of spaghetti sauces. I'm using tomato basil marinara from Trader Joe's, 1/4 onion, 1 medium carrot, 1 stick of celery, 2 garlics, half a tablespoon Italian seasonings, half a tablespoon of rosemary, half a cup of Parmesan cheese, and optional basil for garnish. The first thing that we're gonna start is by preparing all our ingredients, because as soon as we start moving, this one go really quickly. So we're gonna start first by peeling our ingredients. So chop all the things that we need. First, we're gonna start by chopping our celery, and we're gonna chop it very fine so we don't have big chunks. So I'm gonna just cut it in a couple pieces to be a little bit easy. And this one, okay. As I have it right there, I'm just gonna cut in little parts like that, so it's really easy. So now that I peeled my carrots, now I'm gonna cut it. So we're always gonna remove this part and also the end. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cut it like in little pieces so it's easy. And then you will cut it in half. And then you're gonna do the same thing how I did with the celery, so we can get very small pieces. Even this one is still a little bigger, so we can still even cut it in the small pieces. And also we want to kind of cut it the same size so they all cook at the same time, because if you leave in some really thick and some really big ones, so they're not going to cook at the same time. We want to cut it smaller so they can cook quickly. We're going to cut 1/4 onion, and it's just basically we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut it in small little pieces. We don't need it as big neither. So I have my rosemary here. I have it planted in my backyard, so it's very easy for me. So what I usually do to peel it, I'm just gonna move all my leaves like that, pull it this way, and I'm gonna just chop it until I get half a tablespoon, and I'll show you how to do it. So this one gives a really good flavor. This one should be plenty, I think. So I use this one a lot. It's one of my favorites, and it's really easy to grow. My plant that I have it for almost 15 years, and I didn't know you could eat it a long time ago until my husband used it. So we're gonna remove our sauces for the skins, and we're just gonna open it up and make it little pieces because we cannot fry them now. This one we don't need it, this is fresh now. We're gonna do the same thing with every single one. Now I'm just gonna probably break in a little pieces because it's much easier. I'm gonna break it in my pan, but I can just do a little bit here so it's easy. Well, now the only thing that needs to do is go back to the stove. Now I'm just gonna preheat my pan medium heat. I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm just add my 2 tablespoons of oil. I have grape oil, but you can use any oil you have. Now that my pot is heated, the only thing is to just add the meat. Be careful you don't burn yourself. And we're gonna break the meat as little as we can here when we fry them. It's been cooking for 5 minutes and it's already done, so I'm going to remove it from the pan. My pot, my pan is now very clean. So now I'm going to add my onions. Let it be here for a couple seconds. Add my carrots, my celery, and let it cook for between 4 to 5 minutes. So I've been cooking my celery and my onions for 4 minutes. You can leave it between 4 or 5 minutes, you'll see. And then I'm going to add my rosemary. Then I'm gonna add my half a tablespoon Italian seasoning. I'm gonna add my 2 garlics. And this one we're not gonna leave it very long because this one will cook, the garlic cook really quickly. And if you don't have one of those things, just chop your garlic very small. I just love this one because it's más easy. This one I had it for IKEA, but I think you can find it and I see sometimes in a lot of stores now. Just stir it like that. All the flavors here with the rosemary and Italian season and the garlic, that's what it keeps the cake like the really like with. That's what it brings the flavor. Now that I have everything here, and then you can smell all the ingredients coming all combined all together. So now we can put the meat again. After we combine everything together, now we're just gonna put our pasta. I have penny here, but you can use anything. You can use shells, or you can use whatever. But I'm gonna use this one, so I'm just gonna put it with my meat. So now that I have all my ingredients ready here, I wanted to talk to you about the chicken broth, or you can use any broth you have. I usually make my own chicken broth because when I cook chicken and I have my broth, I don't throw it away. I put it in the refrigerator, and when I put my chicken to cook my chicken, I just put onions, garlic, and celery and salt. So this one, when we put it in here, I bought this one because I assume not everybody will have available. So it's easy, you can just go buy your broth, but this is store-bought. I usually don't do that. So I'm just gonna put it there. So I have 3.5 cups here. We're gonna be cooking in medium heat, and as you can see, the liquid doesn't cover all the way. The important here is that you're gonna have to come and stir, because if you don't stir, they can stuck in the bottom. We're gonna be cooking for 15 minutes, but we're gonna cover also 2. And we need to add my 1 cup spaghetti sauce. Now we're just gonna be covering. We're gonna put it in medium heat, and then we're just gonna come and stir maybe every 3 minutes. Hey guys, I also forgot to tell you guys, I will never add any salt, because with all the ingredients that I already add, doesn't need any salt. But to this point, when you put everything together, you can try, and if you think any salt. So it's been 15 minutes since my pasta's done. You see, you still have a little bit of juice, so we just, to this point, we can add the cheese. It still have a little liquid, but we can let it rest for 10 minutes. Half a cup of Parmesan cheese. So we're just gonna add it and stir it. And we're going to turn up the flame. Just gonna let it rest for 10 minutes and cover, and then it's ready to eat. So this is optional if you want. So we're just gonna cut the lips. I'm just gonna stack it all together, and then I'm just gonna fold it. Gonna cut it, and we don't cut it too small. There we have it. So here's my pasta. It's all done. The only thing left to do is to serve it. If you wanted to put it, you can put a little bit of base on top. This one can feed you between 4 and 5 people. And then we're just gonna put a little bit more cheese, and there you have it. So hopefully, thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. Give it a try. This one doesn't take very long. I think to start maybe 30 minutes. It's not as complicated, and it's very delicious. Tell me what you think. So hasta la vista.